What's up, kids? How we all doing? Before we get started, we're listening to Graphitnir Venenum Scorpionis, I think is how you pronounce it. Coming up here in a few seconds, this is how my day went today. So, with that, I have a few. I've been talking about some collectibles that I have in my collection, autographs and whatnot, and I think I've hit the end, at least that I can see and think of. One of these is probably the holiest of holies for me. But first, we're going to talk about King Diamond, Abigail. Not my favorite King Diamond album by any means. This does have the original inner sleeve there. Stay heavy. Special thanks to all the diamond bangers around the world. Got some lyrics on the back. But this actually has autographs on the back of it. I don't know if you'll be able to see those. Up here it says Tarzan. I think these autographs were gathered around a time when the band had different members, and whoever got this autographed just took it to the show or the meet and greet or whatever and had it signed. It does have King Diamond right there in the middle, which is probably the most important. Mickey D, I thought, was a pretty good drummer down here. His picture here, it's like you asked him a question and he's listening attentively. Timmy Hansen, I didn't care for too much. Andy LaRocque, lead guitar player, I always thought was pretty good. Right there. So I don't know the autograph for the lead guitar. It says Tarzan, and I cannot read the other one. But then in the middle there in silver, we've got King Diamond himself, his autograph. I'm a Merciful Fate fan. King Diamond, I like this album's pretty good. Them is pretty good, and the rest of it. There's just something about it it doesn't jive with me. But I don't see many King Diamond autographs around, so I thought it was a pretty cool addition to my collection. And by the way, this album from Graphitnir, I'll put a link below. It's what I'm doing. I have an Excel document with a bunch of shit to check out, and as people suggest stuff, I either slap a link in my favorites to Bandcamp, or if I don't have a Bandcamp, I make a list, and then I'm going through that and determining if there's stuff I just want to stream. Do I want to stream and buy a physical product, etc., etc. So I'm to the G's, and I'm listening to Graphitnir today. So that's that. Next up is an album you metalheads are all familiar with, From Enslavement to Obliteration by Napalm Death. This is a special copy for a couple reasons. First, the hype sticker at the top there. You may not be able to read that, but I thought it was fucking brilliant that Eric did this. These hype stickers are placed on albums to get you to buy it. And this hype sticker says, "We wanted," in quotes, "we wanted to be the biggest rock band in the world, and you don't do that," sounded like Napalm Death. And the quote was from Joe Elliott of Def Leppard. I think that's hilarious that they put that on this album, which came out in 89, 88, somewhere around there. This is probably my favorite Napalm Death album. What makes this special is there are autographs on this one, probably very hard to see. This album had Bill Steer, Shane Embry, Mick Harris, and Lee Dorian. You guys know how much I love Lee Dorian from my last video or two where I talked about Cathedral. I actually liked his vocals on Napalm Death because he didn't try to sing. But on the back here, I noticed Barney signed it, but Barney didn't sing on this album, so this might be another example of someone that just took the album to a Napalm Death show. Maybe it was around, I think there's a date on here of like 1990, so I think it was around the time that Dorian was leaving Napalm Death and Barney was taking over, and someone just, "Hey, can you guys sign the back of my album?" And they were like, "Okay, this isn't my picture," but Jesse Patondo, I can never remember how to spell his last name. His is up here over Lee Dorian. Barney wrote over Lee Dorian's face, which I thought was great. Mitch Harris up here, Shane Embry down here, and down here this is the drummer, but it's not. I can't read the fucking autograph on it because it's supposed to be Mick Harris, but he signed up here where Bill Steer is. I believe that's Bill Steer. So I don't know who that is. I tried to do some research on who was in Napalm Death in the 1990s, and it only shows the 4 members, so I don't know who that is. It looks like Mark. So I have no fucking clue. It could have just been a fucking roadie for all I know. Got handed this and said, "Hey, can you guys sign this?" But yeah, this does have the original inserts in pretty good shape. But having Jesse's autograph on there is pretty great, and then having that fucking hype sticker on the top is just fantastic. And this costs suggested retail price €4.99 euros or pounds, which is about $6, $7 US. So quite a steal back then. Last, and some people say last but not least, but definitely is the case here. I purchased this item, I want to say, when was it? 4 or 5 years ago, maybe. When I was doing, I was actually on social media still, and there was a Facebook group ran by, I think his name is Chris Steele. He is the nephew of Chuck Schuldiner. And he is kind of like, he kind of runs, I don't want to say his estate, but whatever you want to call it. He's very active in death memorabilia and whatnot. And he put something, he was raising some funds. I don't remember what it was for, and I don't remember what I paid for this. But I think it was for a charity or something like that. But he was putting shit out on eBay to sell, and it was death stuff. I think maybe some of Chuck's sweatbands and probably some of his guitar, stage clothes, blah, 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 blah. But this particular item was put out on eBay, and I put a ridiculous high, my max price. Thinking, no matter what, I want this piece of memorabilia. And I remember thinking, I'm just going to put some crazy high number out there. No one's surely going to bid up to this, but they did. So this is the what is this? Oh, this is the the certificate of authenticity or whatever you want to call it from him. It's got a picture of Chuck there and his signature, which is Chris Steele's signature. I'm verifying that this is a drumhead that was played by Richard Christie, who was in Death, Control Denied, Charred Walls of the Damned, etc., etc. You know him from, what's his nuts' radio show. What's his name? I can't remember his name. It's Howard Stern. God. But this was a drumhead that was from the Control Denied era, which is a band that Chuck and Christie were in around the time where Death was kind of winding down a little bit. And there were lots of legalities around the band and what they could put out, what they couldn't, big legal battle, etc., etc. But this is a drumhead that's been autographed by Chuck. Again, the guy could have written me off and it could have just been a scribble, but this is obviously a used drumhead. I would hope that the kid or nephew of Chuck running his charity or whatever it was wasn't ripping people off, but I won this and I thought, I wonder what it finally went for, and it went for my max bid, which again I don't remember what it was. I remember it being a lot of money though. So this is kind of a prized thing in my collection. I have thought about selling it just because it sits on a shelf up there, and I look at it from time to time and remember Chuck, remember Death. The song Empty Words from Death carried a lot of weight for me. Very meaningful song. If you don't know that song, Chuck wrote it about his parents being divorced, and I thought he hit the nail on the head with the lyrics of that song Empty Words. I'll link that below. So Chuck and Death just kind of have a special place for a lot of us in metal, kind of the start of death metal, if you will. So it's something I kind of cherish to have in my collection. I hate to get rid of it, but at the same time, I've been getting rid of some other stuff too, just because I look around and it's like, well, there's shit sitting on a shelf, and I can look at it, but maybe some young metalhead would appreciate it more than I would. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet, but just really happy to have this in my collection. I don't see many Chuck autographs out there. I'm sure there are a lot, and many people probably don't want to get rid of it. So that's probably my most prized collectible right there, is the drumhead autograph by Chuck Schuldiner of Death. So with that, that's all I have as far as collectibles go for today. I'm getting into my A's for my vinyl collection. I might make another video here tonight before I sign off. Getting into some punk and some death metal and whatnot, some rock and roll. I got some more stuff in the mail yesterday. I'm going to talk about that, and we will see where the mood takes us. So I hope you guys are doing well, staying safe. There's a big fucking snow ice storm coming here in about half an hour in the Midwest, so looking forward to that. So if I'm snowbound tomorrow or icebound, and if I still have power, I will try to shoot some more videos tomorrow. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Hope you enjoy the trip down memory lane. Hope you like looking at these collectibles, and I will catch you all later.